week before, someone was saying, do you want to recreate this picture? Anyways, sorry, you guys voted for a story. How the heck did I meet CeltyFarron? Back in 2015, I was really into cosplaying. I don't know, some of you guys have been following me for a long time. Some people here have been around since then, so you guys would know. I used to seriously post on Instagram like 3 times a day. Like, that's how serious I was about cosplaying. And I was always going to a lot of conventions and, you know, wanting to meet people that also cosplayed, especially SAO, like on Instagram. I was really active on there. I would literally search through the hashtag SAO cosplay like once a day just to find new cosplayers to look at, so that was really common for me. There was an account that nobody knew who ran it. It was called Sword Art Senpai, and they didn't show their face. I later found out who was running it, but pretty much they would reshare photos of cosplayers and then shout them out, be like, hey, look at this Sword Art cosplayer. This person's really cool. So I met another Kirito cosplayer through there. He also happened to be from the same hometown as me. And I was like, dude, your cosplay looks amazing. And, you know, he said, I like your cosplay as well. So we became friends on Instagram. And then his girlfriend at the time followed me, who was friends with Celty, and she followed me. So this is back when I was like just sort of starting out-ish. So I think at this point I was still like, if someone followed me, I would just like follow back immediately. Like, so I followed Celty back, and I thought she was pretty, and I'm sure that contributed to why I followed her back too, if I'm being honest. But I didn't think anything much of it, you know. I was just like, oh cool, you know, pretty cosplayer, whatever. So I follow her back. Not only did I think she was really pretty, but I was like, well, I'm just a potato, you know. She's probably like a little out of my league. You know, we all do that, right? We would interact on Instagram quite a bit, not a lot. You know, at the time I was so active on Instagram, I would write really long captions. I freaking lived on Instagram. I was a freaking like no lifer. I think I like to start conversations though. I don't remember if I had like a question of the day, like, hey, what's everyone's favorite color? What's your favorite food? But I did try to start some sort of conversation, and I basically answered anybody that commented. So a lot of people I think at the time were really enticed to interact. So Celty would comment on my photos here and there. It's just really funny. We look at the way we used to talk to each other before we were together versus how we talk now. It was so different. So anyways, yeah, a few months passed of us just being acquaintances on Instagram. She said that she and her brother were playing Super Smash Brothers online, and they're saying like, so who wants to fight us? My older brother, he's really good at Super Smash Brothers. I fucking suck. I plays Toon Link and Young Link, and I shoot arrows from far away. And I'll talk to my brother. It's actually really hilarious. I'm like, hey, I know these 2 people on the internet. Want to go bully them and just like beat them up in Super Smash Brothers? And he's like, oh, okay. So I was like, all right, so we're doing 2-on-2s, and pretty much I'll hide and you do all the work, and I'll just shoot them and like weaken them. And so Celty and her brother have really crap internet. So when we played Smash, it was really funny. You know, we started winning, but it all came down to a 1v1 of me versus Celty. We both only had 1 life left. I don't know who was gonna win, honestly, but she accidentally killed herself because of lag. And for like maybe 3 years, every time she wanted a rematch, I was like, I don't need to waste time with second place. I already proved myself. You know what? I was just joking, but I guess like I actually really pissed her off. And so anyway, more time passes. Celty made a post that she was playing a game called Guild Wars 2, and at the time, that was my favorite MMO. I was like, hey, I'll play Guild Wars 2 with you. I didn't know this, but she was nervous as hell. So we're like, oh, do you want to get in a Skype call? She's like, yeah, sure, and my friend wants to join us. And I said, oh, okay. And I was a little bummed out. I'm like, oh, that's too bad. But either way, at the time, I still didn't think I had any chance with her. I just thought she was a friend from Instagram. So she told me that her friend wanted to play and that she would play too with us. And so we both got in the Skype call, and she was just really quiet. And I was like, does she not want to be here? And I was like, didn't you say your friend wants to play? She's like, yeah, I'm texting him right now, but he's not answering. I come to find out later, she was so scared to be in the Skype call with me that she was begging her friend to jump in the call too. But he took a long time, so she was stalling, and I was like, oh, I didn't know. And I accidentally like kind of creeped on her a little bit, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I talk a lot, guys, and she's a little more on the shy side. So I'm trying to start a conversation here because she's all scared and I don't even know. So I'm just like, oh, so like, you know, what do you do for a living? And she says that she works at a Chinese restaurant, and we're from the same hometown. So I think that I'm so fucking smooth. I'm like, oh, so can you recommend any small family-owned Chinese restaurants for me? And she's like, is quiet for a second, and she just names like a generic restaurant. Like it's a chain restaurant pretty much, I think. I kind of weirded her out, guys. I thought I was so fucking cool, but so then we almost met up once. So she's from the same hometown as me. she still lived there. When I was a kid, I moved 2 hours away, so we lived 2 hours apart at the time. So I was visiting my hometown because I was going to a funeral. So I just like DM'd her and I was just like, hey, I'm gonna be in town. Okay, so we had a mutual friend that was busy working. So she's like, oh, sorry, our friend is working, so I can't hang out. I said, okay. At this point, we still hadn't even met in person yet. So Bach Anime, Bakersfield Anime Convention was coming up, and she was going there. Oh yeah, I guess I'll expose it. Yeah, we're both from Bakersfield. What the hell? Whatever. Yeah. Oh well, it's out. She lived in Bakersfield. I was born there. Whatever. So that's out. Leaked. So anyway, I saw that she and like her friends were going. My brother and I were like, hey, it's our hometown. You know, might as well just go. And so we drove to the hotel the night before, and I messaged her again. I slid into her DMs again. This is like the second time I slid into her DMs, and I asked if she wanted to hang out the day before, but she was still working on cosplay stuff. So I said, oh, no big deal. I'll see you tomorrow. And then, so guys, let me paint you a picture of how I was back then. Back in 2015, I was just getting into cosplay. I don't know, for some reason, I had this huge ego back then. It's really embarrassing to talk about, but like, I want to like open up a little more about it, like on YouTube, talk about it, why it's not good. When I started cosplaying, at my very first AX, I dressed up as Kirito, and when I went with my friends, I very much enjoyed girl attention, I guess is what it would be like. And before this, I was like a lead singer in a band. I was like very, very overly confident. Like I had no problem talking to people. Like girls came up to me or whatever, like I was confident. But with Celty, I got nervous as f. So I guess I should have known then that there's something special there, but I remember my brother and I finally saw her and like our mutual friends from Instagram. I was gonna walk up to her, and at the last second, I like turned away and walked to say hi to everyone else first, because I think I got scared or something. Oh, I just remembered something. When I actually saw her, you can ask her too. If you ever like go under her stream or like on Instagram, whatever, just ask her in a comment. When I first saw her, my reaction was, so it's like the cheesiest fucking thing in the world, but yeah, she took my breath away when I first saw her in person. So I actually made that face, and she noticed it. Not only did I do it, but she noticed it, because I'm not subtle. So what is it? Is that love at first sight? Like, I don't know. Is that real? So anyways, yeah, we hung out all of the con. The voice actor from Dragon Ball Z, his name is Kyle Abear. He was doing a panel. It was an 18+ panel. If you don't know who Kyle Abear is, he did the older Gohan voice, and he did that last time on Dragon Ball Z. Like, he did that voice, so, you know, we were excited to sort of see him. He was doing an 18+ panel, so I was like, want to go? She said, sure. Everyone else was busy, so it was mainly her and I. Yeah, so every panel we went to, we went to a lot of the voice actor panels. Oh, wait, let me back up. And I think that when we first met, our first interaction was we shook hands. She squeezed my hand really hard, and I was like, ow. So she does that. If you guys ever meet her, especially when COVID's done, like just ask to shake her hand. Yeah, so anyways, we went to a lot of panels throughout the convention, and at every single panel we went to with like a group of 7 people, I like made it a point to like try and sit next to her, and you know, I guess I'm not subtle. And I only failed once, I think, not being able to sit next to her. So it finally hit me, I think, that night, because I went back to the hotel room. Like I told you guys, like I was kind of arrogant, and it's really embarrassing to admit it. So like before that, I was on Instagram all the time, and you know, whatever, girls always talk to me, but whatever reason, after that day, I like went back to the hotel room and I laid in bed and I was just thinking, I'm like, I think I actually really like her. And hilarious thing is, the day before, I was talking to one of my friends who was rooming with us in the hotel, and I was like, I'm not looking for a relationship, you know, I'm really enjoying life right now, I'm free, whatever. So it was really funny that like I tell him that the night before, and then the day after, I'm like, I think I really like her. So it was just really funny. Actually, the day before, oh god, it's so lewd. There's a fan art of Kirito standing in a corner with it like against a wall, and an Aelo Asuna is jumped in front of him with her legs spread in front of him. Freaking like the week before, someone was saying, do you want to recreate this picture? So anyways, at that moment, I kind of knew. We went to get ice cream with a group of friends, like after the first day, I believe. There's like a local ice cream spot we really like there. And all day, like I told you, I'd been trying to sit next to her. So her brother, being perceptive as he is, he noticed trying to do it again. We go to the ice cream place, and I'm like about to slide next to her, and he just like quickly jumps in, and I'm like, it's pretty good. That's good. He's protective. But I was like, ah, dang it. And I remember when we were saying goodbye, the same thing happened like when I went to go meet her. We were all saying goodbye. I was gonna go over and hug her or whatever, but I got scared. And I turned over and I went to everyone else and said goodbye to them first, and then I like said goodbye to her. So then, oh my god. Yeah, because this convention's only 2 days. I also remember that morning, god, I'm so sorry for going out of order, guys. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. That morning, she DM'd me asking, hey, so like what time are we gonna meet up, or like where do you, we're just trying to figure out the details of where do you want to meet up or whatever and what time. I can't remember exactly, but I thought I was so sly. I was like, oh, hey, so, I wasn't gonna be checking Instagram, so you could just text me when you're ready or something like that. So and then I gave her my phone number through the DM, and I'm like, all right, if she DMs me again on Instagram, I won't answer. The only way she can get a hold of me is by having to text me. Then I get her number, and then woohoo, I'm smooth. Wow. So she did, in fact, DM me again, but Instagram tells you when you open a message, so I just, like, didn't open it. She's gonna have to text me if she wants to talk to me. So she did, and she texted me, and, so after that, I suggested do a group chat on Facebook. Maybe we had a few, like, group Skype calls and things like that. And I remember at the end of Bach Anime, I told her, hey, you know, I had a lot of fun with you. And she panicked and said, yeah, I had a lot of fun with everyone else too. I was like, oh man. Like, I thought that was like a little rejection. So then we did some group Skype calls and stuff, but eventually I wanted to sort of just have the one-on-ones with her, and eventually we did. We Skyped one-on-one several periods of times, like late into the night. I remember I was thinking like, oh man, I wonder if something's happening here. Okay, so guys, this is where it gets good. We're talking on Skype. Yeah, we Skyped for 7 hours straight. That's what happened. We Skyped for 7 hours straight. I don't think normal friends do that, right? After 7 hours of video chatting on Skype, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to sleep. It was fun. All right, have a good night. And then she stops me. Keep in mind, I'm like the talkative, the confident one, I guess. She's the shy girl, and she stops me, and she says, wait, I need to ask you something. I'm gonna sound silly, but are we a thing? And then right away, I just said, can we be a thing? And then that was it. It was official. I tried to edit out any long, awkward pauses or times when I went off topic and stuff, but if you want to see the unedited version of the story, I put a link to the livestream VOD in the description below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel with notifications on to get alerted whenever I upload. Also, consider catching me live on Twitch, joining my Discord server, and following me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are all in the description below. See you next time.